Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Yeah, I'm going to have to come up with a better intro at some point. Anyway, this was one of the Game of Thrones theories that I'm going to do, since I as well am a Game of Thrones fan, just like everyone else that watches Sky. Like we're living. So, yeah. Now, I decided to look through most of the theories to see if there was anyone that was worth doing before I decided to start doing my own personal ending on how Game of Thrones will come to an end. Because of course it will eventually have to come to an end, like everything else. Unfortunately, some endings do not go that well. But I have to just work out a few of the last minute details in order to figure them out. Now, I decided to look at this R+L = J theory because it makes a lot of sense, especially when you start to look into the books a bit more. Well, plus it makes more sense than any of the other theories that I came across on the internet. And this one was actually given to me by another creepy hunter himself. Well, so it kind of made sense that I would do this. Now, this theory is I wanted to explain to those that haven't watched the Game of Thrones yet, or those that have not been that much caught up on the series. And the whole R+L = J is basically spelling out the names of characters and what eventually they equal. R meaning Rhaegar Targaryen, and L meaning Lyanna Stark. Now, I'm not going to say who J is, just to be a bit annoying to use at this point, but I'm pretty sure you can guess who it is if you just look it up. Now, in Game of Thrones, there's so many of the families, but this theory mainly focuses on the Starks and the Targaryens. Basically two families that hate each other, but how the two characters were connected together in the book series through one of the characters. Now, if you haven't read Game of Thrones, then just don't watch this video altogether. Heck, I should have said that to begin with. But yeah, this theory centers around Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark, who aren't even in the series but are mentioned quite a bit through some of the characters, especially Lyanna when it comes to the whole Stark families. Now, before the whole events of Game of Thrones, there was a war between Baratheons, the Starks, and the Targaryens, where the Starks and Baratheons worked together to take him down, and the Lannisters. So basically all the families working together to take down the Targaryens, due to the fact that at the time the king was mad and he was a Targaryen. Now in this event, the character Rhaegar Targaryen kidnaps Lyanna Stark and basically does sexual things to her. Now it's hinted that she therefore died, but she didn't die due to the Targaryens. It's just that the activities weren't that nice and she died of a fever. But then in that scene, when you read it in the books, it explains that she was found in a pool of blood, which makes you think, how could a fever cause a pool of blood? Obvious answer, it doesn't cause pools of blood. But therefore meaning she might have died in childbirth. After all, we have heard characters do die in childbirth throughout Game of Thrones. It's happened with some of the main characters and some of the minor characters. It's basically their parents have died. So this then leads to the fact of the idea that Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark may have had a child, which is J. I'm not going to say who Jay is, like I said before. I'm going to leave you guys to figure it out. This makes sense, as Ned Stark never wants to talk about the character's mother, as well as there is supposed to be 3 dragon riders. So I'm going to leave you guys on that idea. Till next.